I know that you were going to talk about...
my human trafficking dream?
Yeah, do that.
Okay, so it was... I woke up confused as to why I had that dream.
Uh-huh.
Because I was like, I didn't watch anything like about human trafficking last night, you know? And then it clicked because I was watching that documentary, and I think I watched 2 episodes, and after that it kind of just became background noise as I was like scrolling on my phone and stuff. So then I did briefly remember there was a section of these women talking about being assaulted and stuff like that. And I was like, I bet you it came from that.
They also called, I think it was in the first episode, they called somebody who was in charge of human trafficking. Or no, that sounds weird. Sorry. Like to break up human trafficking. Because remember, they're like, hey, the lady on the phone, she's like, well, because they're adults, we can't get involved. Like, just be there for. Yeah, they called like a 1-800 stop human traffic phone line.
So in my dream, I'm gonna tell you like what I can remember.
Okay.
And it might not even make sense, but hey, that's how dreams are. Okay, so I was with somebody, and I don't know who, maybe my sister. I was at the mall in Salinas.
Oh, that's a horrible name.
At the Northridge Mall. I was with the girl who was the star of, we were watching a movie, right? It was a movie about human trafficking, and like the girl in the movie, the star of this movie that we were watching, was the friend that I went to go see this movie with.
Got it.
I don't know if it was like a premiere or what.
This is all part of the dream, though.
It's all part of my dream. She was this Asian girl, and I was with her watching this movie that she was in about human trafficking, right? So the movie ends, and we get out, and my dad came to pick us up. And all of a sudden my friend was like missing, right? I lost her at some point walking through the mall to like the side. You know how malls, like some of the exit doors, you walk out and it's kind of like a little alley before it opens up to the parking lot or something.
Yeah.
So it was one of those. So I lost her at some point in the mall. My dad gets her to pick us up, and he's like, where's so-and-so? And I was just like, I don't know. Like, I go back into the mall to try to find her. Can't find her. I come back outside. My dad is arguing with this Asian guy. Well, not really arguing at this point, but he's telling him like, hey, we can't find so-and-so. Like, have you seen her? And this Asian man is like, oh no. Like, and he was like a chunky Asian man.
Okay.
Later, I realized that I think he looked like that because of the pastor
Robert? Yeah.
The pastor in the documentary.
Robert or Roger, whatever his name is.
Just like heavyset Asian man. That's how it was in my dream also. And he's telling him like, oh, I don't know, like I heard she got taken, and they already have her locked up down in the tunnels underneath the mall, and like she's already way down there. Like it's too late. And my dad is like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, it's too late. Like, I don't know. She's gone. She's gone. She's already way down underneath the mall. Like as if there was like some secret elevator that just took you multiple floors and stories underground to this underground hidden tunnel city where they do their human trafficking or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember in my dream thinking like, how does he know about all that?
Sure.
You know? And so I tell my dad, or maybe I was with somebody else at this point, I'm like, if he has nothing to do with her being missing, then like, how does he have all this information? Like, how does he know what's underground and that she was taken down there if he wasn't involved, right?
Yeah. So
now in my dream, like we're all onto him. Like you were involved, you know where she is. So I was on my way to go tell my dad, who he was still talking to him, but I went to try to go tell him like, oh, we have to tell Dad, like he has to know that he's involved and like what's going on. Don't believe him. So we rush over there, and I remember thinking like, okay, I don't want this guy to know that I'm my dad's daughter, like that I'm the daughter of the guy that he's talking to right now, because like he's gonna try to take me too, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So my plan was and at this point he has my dad at gunpoint. I don't know why.
What?
I don't know why. They're arguing, and my dad was like getting aggressive and like wanting to fight him because he took this little girl.
Yeah.
And this guy basically is being like, there's nothing you can fucking do. Like, try me, you know? So he has a gun out on my dad.
Weird how dreams escalate like that. Okay.
And I see this thinking like, okay, well, I'm just going to pretend to like walk. I think I had something in my hand too, like the car keys or something like that. I was like, I'm just going to pretend to be a normal shopper walking by And I'm not going to like look. I'm not going to pretend like I'm like trying to pay attention. I'm not going to be like, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? When I get close enough or behind him, that's when I strike.
Oh, you're going to strike now.
I'm going to strike.
Okay.
So I got to do something. But like if he sees me running, like, stop it. Then he's going to like shoot me. I have to act like I don't know what's going on.
Totally.
Right?
Good plan in your dream.
Yeah. So I start going. I start walking. And then my dad like looks at me, and then I look at him, but I'm trying to be like, don't look at me.
Right.
And then the guy turns around and he's like, do you know her? And he's like, that's my daughter. And I'm thinking,
your dad
blew my cover. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
So this guy goes, oh, that's your daughter? She's next. He tries to take me. So I take off running, right? I take off running. For some reason, now I'm like back at my house, but it's at my childhood home. I'm in my old bedroom. I'm trying to I'm like hiding from him, right? So I'm trying to lock my bedroom window, and it's not locking.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the latch over and over again, and I'm like, we'll try to open it. Fuck, okay, it's still opening. Close it, do the latch the other way, try to open it, and it'll open. Fuck, it's still not locking. Somebody was on the other side of the window, and they thought I was just trying to open the window and get out. So they were trying to help me open the window, and I'm yelling at them. I'm going, don't touch it. Don't touch it. I'm trying to lock it. Like, don't touch it. Go away. Go away. Fucking with this window for I don't know how long. I wake up in real life.
In real life? Okay.
In real life, I wake up, but I'm like half asleep still. I woke up and immediately started thinking, like, I need to make sure all the windows are locked. All the windows, the sliding door, the front door, like, I just need to make sure everything is closed and locked and nobody can open it from the outside. That's what I was thinking in my head, but my body just, like, couldn't move. I think I was, like half sleep paralysis because I knew I was awake, but I also, like, and I remember I still was, like, my heart was pounding. Like, I woke up scared in a panic. And I was half asleep, right? Can't fully wake up, but I'm thinking I need to check all the windows and doors. And I could have sworn, I don't know if this is real life or not, but I faintly from outside heard a car door slam, like somebody was getting out of their car. And I think it was like 3:30 in the morning at this time. Like, it was super early in the morning. And I remember thinking, like, is somebody just getting here? Or, like, am I just imagining that somebody is getting here because of the dream I just had? But I couldn't physically get myself up to, like, go check anything or do anything. I just remember being so scared. And I don't know if the car door was real, but then I also heard, like, window tampering, and I'm pretty sure that was just my imagination because, like, what are the chances?
Someone trying to break in through your window?
I don't know. But, like, it was like a faint, just like little scruffles. Like, it wasn't like real, like someone was trying to open my window.
Maybe.
But I don't know. It's just like, I heard a car door close. I heard window tapping or fondling or something. I don't know.
Fondling is a weird word for it, but okay.
Yeah, they're fondling my window's nuts. And then I just, like, went back to sleep, woke up, still intact. Nobody tried to break in. And I'm like, I'm pretty fucking sure it's because I took melatonin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There it is. I have the weirdest dreams when I take those gummies or those, like, melatonin sleep things.
I took one because I was so tired and I wanted to just make sure I got a good night's sleep. And it was the perfect time to do it because I've had these melatonin gummies for a very long time, but I've been too scared to just, like, take them during the week when I would actually need them, when I need to make sure I go to sleep, fall asleep, get a full night's sleep. I don't take the gummies because I'm always like, what if I, like, don't wake up in the morning, or I wake up late, or what if I wake up groggy and not feeling well? So I'm always like, I'll test it on the weekend, and then the weekend comes and I'm like, I don't need to go to bed early, so then I don't take it. It's this recurring cycle.
Those give me the worst dreams.
So
anything like that?
I did it on Friday night. I took a melatonin gummy because I was like, this is perfect. I'm already tired. This will knock me out and I'll get a good night's sleep. It says to take 2, but I only took 1 just to see. And then I had that weird dream and woke up still half asleep, like half sleep paralysis. And it was like the dream was still continuing, but my brain was, like, awake, and I knew that I was awake and I wasn't dreaming, but I was still hearing things from my dream.
You almost got trafficked.
It's so weird. I did almost got trafficked.
And you would have slept through it because you're all dosed up on melatonin.
Yeah, they did that on purpose.
Come on, guys.
No, stop.
No.
Don't take my pants off. Oh my God. Have you seen, there's a, no, stop. There's a TikTok that went viral of this. It's like a picture of a teen's mugshot.
Okay.
And the title was like, teen gets jail time for paralyzing girlfriend's rapist. Right? And the comments were horrendous. They're like, well, did he say no when he realized he was being paralyzed? Well, what was he wearing? Maybe he didn't say no loud enough.
I'm looking for, I don't see it.
His mouth said no, but his eyes said yes.
Do you know the story? The teen gets jail time for paralyzing his who's rapist?
His
the
girlfriend's
girlfriend?
rapist.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe it's an old story too, and it's just I just saw it on TikTok. Teen gets, let me try prison time for paralyzing girlfriend's rapist. It was some white boy.
Huh.
17-year-old paralyzes girlfriend. I don't see. I know the mugshot was like some white boy.
Huh. And he was the one, he was like the vigilante though, right?
Mm-hmm. The comments were just so funny. Because it was all like, what were they? It was like, well, did he tell him to stop when he realized he was getting paralyzed? Like, it was just like dumb shit like that. Like,
internet is hilarious. There's so much unrecognized comedic talent in the comment sections.
Yeah.
You were going to, I have a story. Okay. Chia bird. Did you want to talk about the chia bird?
no, because I want audio.
Okay.
Audio. I can tell you if you're interested in knowing what it is, but it won't be the same if I don't have audio of
Hold
it.
it off. You said when we looked at the Twitter timeline today about Fauci, you're like, oh my God, are we podcasting today? Did you have something about that?
Oh, yeah. Maybe you can look this up. Let me find what I saw.
Oh, cool. Homework. Just kidding.
Okay, so this is on Daily Mail.
Okay.
It says, revealed, Dr. Anthony Fauci confesses he made up COVID rules, including 6 feet social distancing and masking kids. Daily Mail.
Fauci's running science, distance, and COVID lab leak about personal emails. The thing is, so I thought about this the other day. Like, we actually lived through that. It was like 3 years ago, right? What a weird time. And like, what do they call it? Like Monday morning quarterbacks or armchair quarterbacks, where you can kind of look back and like, oh yeah, well, that was weird. But like when you're going through it, nobody knows what's going on. So it was unprecedented. And everybody's like, oh, okay, we have to 6 feet. Oh, okay. Put a mask on. Oh, okay.
It makes sense, though.
Only walk one way down an aisle in Safeway. Oh, okay. But then looking back, you're like, what were we thinking? The stupid stuff we were told to do and we were doing. Like, what? There's so much Fauci stuff on Daily.
Testimony from Dr. Anthony Fauci reveals that he made up the 6 foot social distancing rule and other measures to, quote, protect Americans from COVID. Republicans
just arbitrary
put out
6
the
feet.
full transcript of their sit-down interview from January. They plan to grill him about COVID restrictions he put in place that he admitted didn't do much to slow the spread of the virus. The impacts from social distancing caused depression, generalized anxiety, acute stress, and intrusive thoughts. Fauci told Republicans that the 6 foot social distancing rule sort of just appeared and that he did not recall how it came about.
Okay.
I don't recall. It sort of just appeared.
I really want to dig into this. So is he like testifying or something like that? Why is he?
He added he was not aware of studies that supported social distancing, conceding that such studies would be very difficult to do. In addition to not recalling any evidence supporting social distancing, Fauci also told the committee council that he didn't remember reading anything to support that masking kids would prevent COVID.
It's a hearing by the House Select Subcommittee. Okay, it's happening right now. Oh, hell yeah. I want to watch this stuff. Because there were it was like we were making it up as we went. And not just we, but like all the people telling us what to do. You know what I mean? And then it became very divisive. Like, oh, well, let's say, oh, I don't believe in the 6-foot rule. You don't? You're the problem. Or stuff like that. Like you would go off, like certain states would be like, dude, we're wide open. And this other state's like, nope, not us.
Yeah.
You can't even go outside.
But I think a lot of people, I don't know whether or not whoever was enforcing these rules actually believed that these rules would make a difference or help. But I think for your common like person, like citizen,
sure,
they needed to have these rules. Let me finish my sentence.
Yeah, go ahead. I wasn't going to interrupt.
Oh, I thought you were giving me a look.
No.
I feel like they needed to have these rules to feel like they were being given direction rather than not having rules and not knowing what was going on and kind of just like living in this fear that everybody had.
Yeah.
I think with these rules put in place and with people being given direction and instructions on what to do, it made them feel like more in the know of this is what's happening and this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Rather than like this is what's happening, what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that would have caused chaos for a lot of people.
Yeah. They kind of pretended. I don't want to say pretended.
They did. They pretended.
Yeah, they pretended, hey, this is how we're going to fix it. This is how we're going to get through it.
Yeah.
Do A, B, and C. Meanwhile, they were making it up as they went along based on
and of course
something.
Yeah, and of course there's the people who didn't believe any of it and did what they wanted anyways. But for a lot, just like how kids need structure.
Yeah.
I think in the same situation, a lot of these people just needed some sort of structure
to reassure them, right?
Right. To living in this like time period where literally nobody knew what the fuck was going on or what this virus was or how you could actually contract it or what it could actually do to you. Like all we knew was that people were dying and that everyone was having different reactions to this virus and nobody really knew exactly like how long does it live on the grocery bag? Like, how far does it travel in the air? Like, we don't know. But being told these things like, just disinfect everything. Yeah. Disinfect everything. Wear a mask. Keep your distance from people. Like, that gave people some sort of structure to continue to go about
and something
their day.
To believe in. Yeah. I was thinking about this yesterday also. The amount of times I had to drive, like make an appointment and drive somewhere where somebody can stick a fucking Q-tip up my nose. The amount of times I got nose swabbed, I think I had to do it every week. I think it was every week, sometimes twice a week.
Why?
Because hosting, I was around a lot of people at the arena. It was
that was during.
Yeah.
That was when COVID started.
I
don't remember you doing it that early.
Yeah, because there was a thing where because we had to wear masks. So I was hosting the Kraken games in Seattle.
But that didn't start in 2020. You've been doing it for 4 years?
This coming season's the 4th. That last one I just did was the 3rd. So yeah, it's about to be the 4th. Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, because I had to submit the nose swab paperwork before every game. We all did.
I never got swabbed.
I had to do it all. Well, again, because you had to go to the other studio. When we were at the radio station, you and I were in 2 separate studios.
I never got swabbed until...
You're so lucky. Wasn't there a flight? You had to get a swab before you went on a flight. Wasn't that a rule at one point? I think so. Because that's why my fiance got swabbed, because we had to go somewhere.
I don't know, but I also wasn't traveling.
Oh, yeah, I was traveling.
The only time, I remember, first of all, I didn't want, if I had to get swabbed to do anything, then I think at that point I was like, well, then I'm not doing it, because I remember being so terrified. I was just like, you see these videos of people just like, oh my God, you touched my brain, and they're crying because it hurts so bad. And I was just so terrified of getting swabbed that I never did it. And if I had to get swabbed, well, okay, well then I'm not going.
It sucked.
And when I finally did get swabbed, I think I still have that video on my phone also. It was because I genuinely was starting to feel sick.
Yeah.
And was having symptoms, even though they weren't like super, super bad symptoms. But I remember going to work feeling like I got hit by a truck.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I just thought that maybe
the flu was coming on, right? Because you had your hoodie on the whole day.
No, I didn't think it was the flu. I thought that maybe I just like, because anytime my body hurt, I blame it on my bed.
Yeah.
Anytime I had any sort of body aches or my back hurt or just like my body didn't feel right, I'm just like, oh God, I need a new mattress.
Yeah.
So I just blamed it on my bed and how I slept the night before. I didn't realize that I was getting sick until I woke up on Thursday. I remember it was a Thursday. Wednesday, I was feeling sick.
Uh-huh.
Thursday, I got home from work and slept all day.
Yeah.
Which I like don't do. So when I woke up from that slumber, I felt warm and my chest felt like tight.
Yeah.
And I thought like, oh, fuck, let me go do a test. So I like went into urgent care, did the test, and then went to work Friday still.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, went to work Friday still. The second I pulled into my parking spot at home Friday afternoon.
After work
was when I got the results back that I was positive.
Yeah.
And then I had to call everyone, which was just you and our boss at the time. I think I just texted you guys like, so I just tested positive for COVID.
Yeah. You suck. You suck.
Yeah. But I mean, it was bound to happen.
Sure.
It was bound to happen. My roommate.
It went through that whole building. Everybody in the radio stations.
My roommate at the time was a server.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if I think she was still working or maybe doing like takeout or something. She was still doing something to where she was still going to work and she was still around people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was bound to happen.
Sure. But yeah, no, I had a bunch of those tests and I had to turn one in before every game. And there was times when, it's the weirdest thing. Like there was times when if we were alone, because there was the three of us at the time, there's three hosts. So if we were doing something, a contest with a fan or an announcement or whatever, if we were just alone on camera, we could take our mask off. Mm-hmm. But if we had a second or third host next to us, we had to put our masks on. And then it was, all right, again, just the arbitrariness of it. Like, all right, you guys have to keep we did this at the concert also. You guys have to keep your mask on until you walk on stage. And then you can take it off right before you go on stage. Do you remember that? It was a holiday jam or a jingle ball or something. I remember being backstage because we did this at the Kraken game also. You had to have your mask on up until you went on stage to go on camera, and then you could take it off. But we were at a concert, Lizette. We were hosting. You may not have been there. I don't know if it was Portland or in Sacramento.
I kind of didn't mind the mask though. Not gonna lie.
I have so many cool photos that I can't post because they have masks in them. I'm like, oh, this sucks. Like, would you post a Throwback Thursday like of you wearing a mask right now? Like, oh, remember this?
Maybe. I don't know. It depends on what I'm doing. But I just remember being like, I don't know, just you didn't have to get ready as much because half your face was covered. Maybe it was just like this for women, but like during COVID was when I first started getting lip injections. I said, fuck it. My face is going to be covered. No one's going to see my lips healing or being bruised or swollen. Like I started doing hella shit.
You're funny.
Because my face was covered.
Yeah.
I got my lips done. I got like cheek filler. I was getting Botox like crazy. And then, you know what was cool is I remember one day at Target, I had my mask on and this guy was like hitting on me because I had beautiful eyes.
Well,
and I
there
was like,
you go.
And I was like, that's crazy. Like, you really don't know what the rest of my face looks like. And you're like trying to talk to me like,
yeah,
that's wild work. Like, I could look horrendous under this mask. Sure, I might have pretty eyes, but like, bro, I could be fucked up in the face, and you wouldn't even know.
Dude, I remember going.
Like, that's crazy. Hitting on people who were wearing a mask.
Or having to wear it at the gym. Like, I was boxing. They go, keep your mask on. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then I went to Bikram, which is the hot yoga. And again, everybody's in a small room. It's 100 and something degrees, 9, 10.
Like, if you're going to sweat the COVID
you're
virus,
sweating and breathing.
It's going to come out of your pores for sure.
They go, you got to keep your mask on, because I went to Bikram today. And I'm like, I remember doing this with a mask on. Like, what? Like, what arbitrary? It was the weirdest. It's the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing. And then I still see people with like full on like the glass shield that goes over your face, or like a respirator. I saw somebody at the airport with a respirator.
I see people wearing masks too still.
Yeah.
Hey, do you, boo?
Do you?
Anyways, so yeah.
I want to watch it. I want to see what he admits.
Fauci says all that shit was made up.
I want to see what he admits, because that's interesting also. And I'm sure that headline that you read, I'm sure it's paraphrasing kind of what he said, but I think
it's literally what he said.
Okay.
Hold on, let me find it.
I think we all need to read that or watch it or whatever the hell's going on. I want to see that. It's 3.5 hours, though. That's long.
This is literally the transcript. Question: do you recall when discussions regarding kind of the at least a 6 foot threshold began?
Oh, yeah.
Answer: the 6 foot in school? Question: 6 foot overall. I mean, 6 foot was applied at businesses. Answer: yeah. Question: it was applied in schools. It was applied here. At least how the messaging was applied was that 6 foot distancing was the distance that needed to be. And then he said, I don't recall. It sort of just appeared.
Yeah.
Did you see any studies that supported 6 feet? I was not aware of any studies.
They said that about, what's the thing with the Fitbit, 10,000 steps?
Oh, yeah.
That was an arbitrary number that...
but that's different. This was not a worldwide deadly virus.
I know, but they're like, this number sounds good. Like 6 feet sounds good.
I knew this was going to happen. I remember when all of this COVID stuff, like the shutdown first happened. I remember when all of this was happening and people were like disinfecting bags and leaving it on the porch for 3 days. You got to leave it outside for 3 days before you can bring it inside, and like, don't touch anything when you go out, and don't breathe next to people. And I remember thinking, like, in 10 years, we're going to look back at all the shit we're doing right now, and we're going to laugh at ourselves because we all are being so fucking stupid.
Right. Try 3 years, 4 years now.
Yeah, it's happening faster than I thought.
Wait, remember that stupid elbow bump? They tried to make the elbow bump a thing.
Yeah.
Instead of shake hands, elbow bump somebody.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell no. I do like the fact, out of everything that came out of the pandemic and thing, I do like the fact that fist bumps kind of came back, and handshakes are like, you don't need to shake my hand. You don't need to give me a pound. Like, give me some knuckles real quick.
What if...
I love that.
What if... You know what should have came back?
Hands still.
You know what should have came back was coochie bumps.
Pop.
Hey, what's up, man?
Pop. Coochie bumps. You're so stupid. That was in my mind also because part of the TikTok...
coochie bumping?
No, the TikTok cult last night. They were talking about,
about coochie bumps?
No, they're talking about like, hey, during COVID, this dancer came to stay with us, and he stayed with a couple weeks, and they were traveling.
Oh, yeah, the girl's boyfriend?
They talked about COVID affecting their travel and staying and everything like that. Freaking weird time.
Yeah.
All right, so no Chia Bird, huh?
No, not today.
All right. I have...
Excuse me.
Oh, this ties in perfectly. And then we'll wrap up. Are you sad or happy that menu QR codes are going away?
No.
Restaurant, sad or happy?
Oh. I'm not necessarily sad or happy, but I do like having menus to look at. I don't mind QR codes, but I think if I had a QR code in front of me or a menu in front of me, I'm going to look at the menu.
Yeah. It says many establishments are returning to traditional menus instead of the QR codes. The shift is being praised by many restaurant goers and by the restaurant industry insiders who say the QR code menus are perceived as tacky. I think they're quick. You just sit down. I don't need to wait for you to bring something over. Pop, scan it. Plus, you have pictures. Like a lot of those QR codes have pictures. Menus don't have pictures. I love pictures on a menu. I don't care how fancy of a place I'm going to. If you can show me what it looks like I'll go to a nice restaurant and still look up Yelp. I'm like, all right, well, somebody took a photo of this because the menu makes it sound really good. But like, what does it really look like? Oh, it's a tiny piece of salmon, like on rice. I'm like, oh, no, I had it built up better in my head.
Yeah.
So I don't care how fancy the restaurant is. I want some photos with my menu.
Yeah, I do like when it has pictures.
That's what's up.
But yeah, I'm not mad at paper menus coming back.
They're coming back. It's a thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap up this podcast. Thank you for streaming with us and checking out our YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram at Strawberry and Lizette.
I'm at Lizette Love, LizetteLovee.
I am at Strawberry Radio. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.